Buhay Online, Chikahan at kaalamang pangkabuhayan. Ating tunghayan, pakinggan at tuklasin ang mga pangyayari at kaganapan sa mundo ng online. Buhay Online, Chikahan at kaalamang pangkabuhayan. Alamin ang pinaka-latest trends mula sa trabaho at kung hanggang saan na ang narating ng teknolohiyang ito. At ngayon, narito na ang ating host, ang ating Techie Mommy, si Jaye C. Bautista.
Hello, good morning. Sorry, I'm late. I just had a bit of a technical glitch. Hindi ako makapasok, hindi ako makago live on Facebook. For some reason, I had to restart my laptop. But anyway, I'm here. Happy Tuesday, everyone. First order of the day, I'd like to greet some loved ones. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to Tita Heidi Lakap of Pampanga, dyan sa St. Benedict. Happy birthday, Tita Heidi, and I hope you're feeling better. Also, happy birthday to Camille Rodriguez Arroyo. Sine, happy birthday, Ne. I think you're 51 years old today. But happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Miss Kuladesma. It's also her birthday today. And may you have many more birthdays to come. Okay, so yan ang ating mga birthday greetings today. And also, a happy birthday to Tina Henito pala. Yan silang lahat magkaka-birthday, right? And these people all know each other, actually, except for Tita Heidi Lakap. But most of those people are friends from America, right? So, happy birthday to you. Pasensya na late ako, pero andito tayo ngayon, magkakasama pa rin sa next 50 minutes. And of course, we are in the subject na mali pa ako ng spelling doon sa paglagay ng aking description. Adapting to the new normal nakalagay. Pasensya, because I was in a hurry trying to go on live, right? But yeah, we're still talking about ways to adapt to the new normal using technology and how paano tayo na maaaring mamuhay ng matiwasay at efficiently dito sa panahon ng pandemic. We're still onto that subject, diba? Actually, this is about, planning our 2021. And most of us, I'm so sorry. Most of us were ill-prepared for this, right? Pero kasi, we have, in retrospect, napakabilis na dumaan yung 2020 ng ganun-ganun lang ng ganitong situation na hindi natin expect. But we had a chance to at least plan for 2021. How do we thrive during this new normal? We've been talking about this since Monday, right? Monday and last week, nag-trickle dito yung tungkol sa mga trabaho, anong pwedeng gawin sa 2021. So, but this week, we're going to focus on businesses, right? Kung paano nag-thrive ang mga negosyo or mga pangkabuhayan showcases sa panahon na to. Kasi nga, we're in a global pandemic and all in this together. Hindi kayo nag-iisa. We are all living and working in this new normal. How did you plan for the year ahead, right? Nakapagplano ba kayo? Right now kasi sales and business leaders and individual members of sales teams should have made plans by now for 2021. Nasa first quarter na tayo. Imagine, ang bilis-bilis din. Kaka-New Year lang, kaka-Christmas lang. Ang bilis. We're already middle of March, right? We're in the first quarter. Diba? Noon sinabi nila talaga last year, in sa America, they were hoping that the summer looked very promising. Kala nila kasi nung nag-reopen ng America noong June of last year, they were hoping that cases were going down then. The infection rate was dropping. Pero now, it's back up and rising, right? 6 months after, a few months after that, the surge happened, right? And now what's happening now? America and Europe are on the lockdown again. Europe specifically. because now it's back up and rising across Europe and North America, especially. Few countries and regions are escaping this, except for those that got it under control during the first wave, such as Southeast Asia, of course, yung mga Taiwan, New Zealand, Vietnam, commendable, Germany. These countries, most of the countries are still experiencing the rise and the spread of the virus. Kasi nga, so tingnan natin ng mas realistic tong taon na to, right? What is this new normal looking like? Well, kasi nung akala ng America, the crisis was over nung summer, but they started planning for a world. They were already starting to plan for a world without COVID-19. Pero naging premature yan. Kasi this crisis for global economies and the health of humanity, we have to realize that it won't be over until there is a safe and accessible and widely available series of vaccines. O ngayon, nandito na tayo sa stage na andyan na ang vaccines. Pero it's not enough, right? Yung production hindi enough to cure the whole world. And that's why a clearer understanding of our situation is important, right? Dapat nating maintindihan ang talagang scenario kung ano ang dapat natin i-expect, right? Thank you so much for people watching today. Thank you so much for joining me. We're still talking about adapting with technology, how to adapt our lives into this new normal. So yun na nga, we have to understand the situation for how it is, di ba? Although meron tayong, of course, palaging faith and hope sa puso na nagre-remain, di ba? There's always a glimmer of hope. So far kasi, the vaccines are out. America and Europe, they've already been vaccinating their people, right? At tayo, nag-aantay tayo sa Pilipinas ng vaccine. Sabi kanina sa DOH Viber message, we're looking at May 2021. So pagdating ng vaccine, ng enough vaccine dito sa atin. Pero yun, diba, questionable nga yun, fact na trillions of pesos were borrowed to support the COVID-19 pandemic here in the Philippines. Pero bakit, nga, sabi, di ba, meron sinabi na pag 1 million people na ang na-vaccinate, saka sa transition to medyo normal. Pero hindi 1 million to 30 million, napakaliit na, the number of people na para mag-decide ng baguhin yung buhay. Kailangan natin yung mga vaccine kaagad-agad nang dumating, right? Kung merong budget for it, nasaan na, right? Bakit it's coming in trickles, right? For now, in the foreseeable future, okay, we have to admit and we have to accept the fact that we are living with a deadly virus. Yung mga ibang tao, ayaw maniwala. There's even those sa America thinking that it's just a hoax. Some are accusing China of just really, really putting this virus out there as a conspiracy. All these things are like fake news, okay? COVID-19 is real. It's very real. Especially nga ako, I already have like 4 friends who have died from the coronavirus. And these are people that I really know, and some of them are very close to me. They have passed away. 2 of them last year and 2 of them this year. 2 of them 3 weeks apart sa California, namatay yung 2 kaibigan ko from COVID-19. That's why this is as real to me as it can get, because it's hit closer and closer to home. Of course, my father passed away last year in July, but not of COVID-19, but in the pandemic period, which is very hard for us, to mourn and pay tribute to our dad. Mabuti na lang that time it was already modified ECQ. That's why we were able to at least hold a service kahit na isang araw. Hindi na nga nakauwi yung mga kapatid ko dahil syempre ka-quarantine ko ng 2 linggo. Useless din, hindi mo na abutan. So anyway, although like I said, there's a glimmer of hope. At least because we have with the vaccine, we are assured of a 90 to 95% effectiveness, right? So I'm waiting to take my turn to take the vaccine, but at least I know every day that I go out to buy food or to do errands or to go to a meeting, I run the risk of getting the virus. At least with the vaccine, we have a layer of protection. Kasi ang daming tao, yung mga estudyante ko na sa Japan and other places, ayaw nilang magpa-vaccinate. Even dito sa Pilipinas, I know some people who don't want to get it because they're afraid of the side effects. They're afraid of the side effects. And of course, ang daming naniniwala doon sa mga weird or mga anong news na namatay. Kunyari, nag-vaccinate na, tapos patay na kanina, or namatay. Ang dami-daming fake news about it. But when you talk about side effects, any vaccination, even a flu shot has a side effect, right? So, wag i-exage talaga. I have family members who have taken the vaccine, who have had themselves vaccinated sa America, and they're fine, and they're okay. Of course, it's the discomfort. Yun nga, yung bumibigat yung kamay na in-injectionan at nagkakaroon ka naglagnat. Normal yun kasi dapat talaga nagre-react ka. Kung hindi ka nagre-react dun sa injection mo, di ba, sabihin hindi yung immunities mo hindi nabibuild. Hindi ka lumalaban dun sa, di ba? How does vaccination work? Kasi intindihin nyo kung anong ibig sabihin nun. Hindi nag-exage na, nagkasakit ako dahil nagpa-vaccinate ako. Nagkalagnat ako dahil nagpa-vaccinate ako. Alamin niyo muna kasi kung how that getting vaccinated works. Alright? Kesa nagsasabi-sabi kayo kaagad dyan ng ayaw niyo magpa-vaccinate. Alright? So, going back to what I was saying, alright? Planning 2021 in this new normal. Okay? For now, kasi nga, it should not be underestimated talaga. The vaccine is real. Okay? That's why you should avoid it at all costs. Being safe means staying at home as much as possible, tsaka avoiding malalaking groups, malalaking gathering, and of course, as much as possible, work from home. Pero hindi naman posible yan sa lahat ng industries, right? Because yung mga iba talaga kailangan pumasok sa trabaho. Kung hindi, wala silang kita, wala silang trabaho. Okay? Doon naman sa political and economic front, there is more hope. Okay, when we talk about the U.S. election, okay, because now the U.S. election is over, now Biden administration na yan, a lot of people are hopeful, okay? But kasi si President Joe Biden, who was Obama's vice president, and it's looking to get the pandemic under control in America, and of course, they want to restore economic health. Sino bang hindi, no? Lahat tayo ay ekonomiya iniisip. Pero it's really hard to balance the lives and the health of people and the economy. Gusto mong wag nang pumasok lahat ng tao, gusto mong isara lahat. Pero paano naman yung ekonomiya, right? Mahirap talaga i-balance. Sa UK nga, the election of the Biden administration is forcing a rethink or dalawang isip tungkol dun sa Brexit. Ang Brexit is yung UK's attempt to leave the European Union. Gusto maging independent ng UK. Umalis, hindi na sumali sa EU. Other changes are happening across the world in response to the political impact of right-wing populism. Taking all of these new factors into consideration, di ba? Ang ating 2021 should be different from our 2020 kasi alam na, di ba? Alam na this, like they say, right? We know more about the virus. We know more how to deal with this COVID. Sabi nga nila, hindi agad-agad ini-incubate ngayon. Meron ng mga gamot to avoid and to make the recovery quicker if you are positive with COVID-19. So, maraming hope. Hopeful tayo kasi nga, mas marami na tayong kaalaman tungkol sa kalaban natin, right? So now we talk about companies and businesses thriving in this new normal. Paano yung mga sales teams? Paano sila mabubuhay? Di ba kasi dati mga salesmen or sales teams, they have to go out and do face-to-face, door-to-door. Yung mga medrep, kailangan pumunta sa mga hospital. And nowadays, meron na yan, lalo na dito sa Pilipinas, hindi pwedeng gawin lahat. Yan, hindi pwedeng mag-house to house or face to face. In some countries, okay, especially across Europe, lockdowns may come in waves. And now, of course, and what's happening now, naka-lockdown na ulit ang Europe. Kasi ebbs and flows of restrictions as infection rates rise and fall, yan nangyayari. Kagaya natin ngayon, di ba? Meron tayong surge ng infections for the past 2 days. So, anong ginawa ng gobyerno? Ngayon, balik tayo sa may curfew, right? 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock, bawal ng tao sa labas. Yun na naman. But as much as in Europe, total lockdown sila. Lockdown na ulit. Bawal lumabas ng walang mask at bawal meron ng curfew, okay? Pero of course, mas hopeful tayo because nandito na yung vaccine, right? Last year, wala. It was just being tested, but thank God, humilis yung pagtetest and develop. And now we have vaccines. We have several vaccines out in the market, right? For us. Pero pati na nga, lahat nag-agawan to purchase it. Do we have enough? Is the problem, right? Okay, so how can a sales team thrive in this new normal? Under these circumstances, okay, sales leaders should keep teams working from home. Diba? Kasi nga, the only way to really stop the virus from spreading is to stay put. Because like I always say, wala namang paa yung virus pag hindi nadadali ng tao. So it is transferred through people, right? Imagine niyo lang, sharing an office space together isn't ideal right now. Kung kanya-kanyari sa isang opisina, isang department, ilang kayo? 50. Scary na nando kayo in one place together. Natala isang laki-laki ng office nyo, pwede kayong, yung 50 kayo, pwede kayong mag-social distancing 1 seat apart. Mas mabuti nang iwasan yun, right? Because isn't always sensible when infection rates keep rising to be in one room together. Okay? Alright. Okay, alamin natin yung mga paraan paano tayo makaka-survive dito sa workplace, no? First of all, ensure everyone working from home is supported. As a company, kung kumpanya ka, i-assure nyo yung mga tao nyo that na kahit na kayo ay working from home, yung support nyo nandyan. Yan, I commend yung mga call centers who have transferred most of their employees sa work from home environment. Pero yun na nga, ipaalam nyo sa kanila that you have total support for those even working at home, right? Working from home. As we've seen since March last year, sales teams switching to working from home doesn't mean that the work stops. Talaga naman. Na-transfer nyo lang yung trabaho nyo sa bahay nyo. So kung ano man yung ginagawa nyo or expertise nyo or kung anong designation nyo, gawin nyo pa rin yun, right? Even the level of efficiency, of course. Out of sight doesn't mean the whole team is playing on Xbox or PS5 or shopping on Amazon, okay? But that's why engage them. Regular communication with your employees that are working from home should do that. Weekly Zooms or daily Zooms if you want to keep tabs of what they do. Kung may panahon, okay? Although for parents, ito naman, when schools were closed, or schools are still closed in the Philippines, that didn't make work more challenging. If this pandemic has shown us anything, okay, is that what goes on in our personal homes and lives directly affects work. Talaga naman. We can't hide behind ignorance anymore. Pero yun na nga, it's a little bit hard when you are working and also living in the same place. Your personal life, for myself, my personal life and my professional life have now fused into one because I work from home almost 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, because a lot of the work that I do is online. I'm a writer by profession, a journalist at that. I'm a copywriter. I'm also a marketing communication specialist, and I'm also a publicist and a PR consultant, and I have a consultancy business that I do online. So for me, it has affected my life in such a way that I'm actually busier than ever, and thank God for the opportunity of work and projects, okay? Para naman sa mga magulang, it's an extra effort for them. Kawawa talaga, lalo na yung mommy na housewife na kailangan, dito sa Pilipinas, kailangan mong, ikaw yung magturo sa anak mo habang nasa trabaho yung asawa mo. But in some cases, parehong mag-asawa nasa bahay. So magtulungan kayo to teach your children. Magtulungan kayo to help them study their modules or go through their online lessons, okay? Because both of you are at home now, father and mother, okay? it's not easy. Ang pag-transition din sa online, sa face-to-face education to online was not a very easy. It was a hard road to take, right? And we are still experiencing some difficulties in it. From my own personal experience, through my son's eyes, and through my son's experience, because he still goes to school online. And we moved to Pampanga. Pero yung kagandahan nung kahit saan ka nandun, pwede ka mag-aral basta may internet, right? But of course, there's still some things that we have to deal with, like bad connections, right? Or choppy audio. Minsan sabi na, ano ko hindi naiintindihan yung mga words kasi parang yung connection masama, right? So those are the hurdles we have to see through in this pandemic and new normal way of working and studying, okay? So, ano pa? Okay, we have to assess, mga opisina, we have to assess what worked and what didn't work last year, right? So now is the time to look back on the challenging 2020 that we had, okay? And this is a good way to address or to plan for what to do in this year, right? Instead of judging on your performance in the early days of the pandemic, isipin nyo kung anong mga nangyari after that, right? Kung anong mga bumuti, anong mga nasira, anong mga nawala, fine. But then, kung kunyari, meron kayong sales team, right? I-check nyo yung kung ano yung mga ginawa nila till around summer of last year. How was the team done compared to fixed or adjusted targets, right? Paano, kamustahin mo yung sales team nyo kung na-achieve nila yung mga targets nila last year, okay? Base a strategy for next year on what worked, okay? Do not dwell with what you lost, like I repeatedly say. Focus on what you have now and what you can have and what you can do pa, diba? Kasi these are chaotic times for us. But we have to appreciate this coming year and be hopeful, right? Of course, hindi pa rin ito magiging smooth sailing kasi nga marami pa tayong pinaghihirapan ngayon, right? It depends on the pace of the economic recovery. Safety and adoption rates of the vaccine. Talaga naman dumidepende na rin ito talaga kung kailan mababakunahan lahat ng tao para lahat feeling safe na, right? It depends, it matters how supportive our governments are of businesses. Okay? It's good to know na we will get support on the things that we do. Kunyari, mag-invest tayo sa isang maliit na negosyo muna, right? Or it's good to know that when we seek help, we can get it. Okay? Ano pa? Dapat tayo mag-set ng realistic and achievable. Dapat nag-set tayo ng realistic and achievable goals nitong taon na to, right? We should be realistic and try to plan for things that are achievable, you know? Huwag tayong mangarap ng gising or ng shooting for the moon. Let's be practical, let's be realistic, and know that what we have to do first and foremost is to live in this new normal. How to adapt to our new normal way of life, okay? Marami pa rin nahihirapan, pero wala tayong choice, right? Because we have to do it. Let's not go into 2021 with expectations natin too high, di ba? Huwag natin, kasi sabi nga nila, no expectations, no frustrations. I mean, you can expect things to happen this year because you will make it happen, di ba? Kasi our lives are what we make it. Diba? Oo nga, may situations, but then at the end of the day, the decision is yours to make. Nobody is going to make that for you, right? So, it's going to be, not smooth sailing. Kasi recovery from this is going to take some time. It will also be uneven and up and down. Tsaka yun nga, seesawing effect nito sa economy pa, right? It's also going to be uneven across sectors. Some will recover faster than others. Isipin niyo yan. Iba't ibang industry or field, some will recover better than others. Some are already recovering better than others right now as we speak. Okay, taking out all of that in consideration based on your standards, that's how you plan your sales targets. Okay, so ano pa ang kailangan gawin? Okay, okay, I have several things. Okay, for those who want to generate leads, like that do social media marketing or lead or business lead generating. Okay, what is the lead generation looking like this year? Because some strategies have worked well during the pandemic while some didn't. Thus, it will be a combination of old and new strategies. Kaya talaga, syempre, yun na nga, out with the old pero retain the useful old, right? You have to retain the useful old stuff that worked for you in 2020 and incorporate it to your new life and new normal out in 2021, right? So how do you go about your lead generation this coming year? Okay, read on and find out how to thrive and grow in 2021. Okay, let me just bring out some tools. Okay, okay, so how do we generate more leads to get sales? Itong kailangan natin gawin. Isa-isahin natin, okay? These are the things that will help you generate more leads or prospects, okay? Focus on your digital and remote audience, okay? Anong ibig sabihin? In 2018, a TechPro research survey had shown that 70% of businesses are investing in digitalization or digitizing. Okay? Noong 2018, nag-umpisa yan na nagiging digital na lahat, right? This, mga magazines, newspapers, ngayon, digital na sila lahat. May digital version, meron pa rin konting manipis na physical version or hard copy, right? Businesses should invest in digitalization, okay? This will take even more precedence dapat priority to kasi new normal encourages social distancing and other rules to ensure safety, meaning you can't go out in the field, you can't go out, stay at home, but digitize your business, put it online, okay? This means that you should focus more on your digital and remote audience rather than offline networking when getting new business leads. Agree ba kayo? But I think it is. And this is how and where technology works. Make it work for you. Okay? I always say this. Technology is such a powerful thing. You can either use it or you can make it or make you can make it work for you or against you. That's what I was trying to say. Okay? Anyway, so balik tayo sa pinapag-usapan natin. Okay? What to do? All right. We have to get savvier. Number 2 dyan sa listahan. Focus on your digital and remote audience. Number 2, get savvier on social media. Ayun naman talaga eh. Social media marketing is really a big deal nowadays where influencers thrive and nawala na yung tuloy yung fees ng mga ahensya kasi dumidiretso na ngayon ng mga products and services sa mga influencers for them to endorse. But for you, for your own good, for your startup, get savvier on social media. Meaning, according to Statista, all right, American Statista, there are 3.96 billion active social media users in the world, and 3.91 billion of that use their mobile services. Okay. Furthermore, a research conducted by Carnegie Mellon's Heinz College revealed that 75% of B2B buyers are influenced by what they see on social media. Being able to capture a portion of that audience can do great wonders to your sales and revenue. Okay, very good. Okay, what else? You have to boost your social media engagement. Yun na nga, kung wala pa kayong Facebook, mag-Facebook kayo. Kung wala pa kayong Instagram or LinkedIn, sumali kayo dyan because you have to have social media presence. Okay, that's important too. Okay, however boring it may seem to some people, but it's actually a good resource, to improve your social media presence. Okay, you have to be more techie or at least learn. Okay, All right, because furthermore, a research conducted by Carnegie Mellon's Heinz College revealed that 75% of B2B buyers are influenced by what they see on social media. Talaga naman, right? Kasi being able to capture a portion of that audience can do great wonders to your sales and revenue. Meaning, kukuhanan ng picture, okay? Yung mga kung ilan, or get the analytics, okay? Get the reporting. Improve your social media sites. If you don't have one, start one, okay? Kung ikaw, nowadays, sa mga negosyo or ang mga companies, meron sariling Facebook page. Meron din silang sariling YouTube channel. So that's what I mean about getting savvier on social media if you're a business owner, okay? Ano pang importante is recognizing the changing SEO landscape. Ano ulit yung SEO landscape? SEO, yan yung optimization, right? Na para pag sinearch yung company niyo, nasa top siya. Pero anong importante? Okay? There are two big changes happening in the SEO landscape. Position 0 ang tawag, tsaka voice searches. How significant are these changes and how do they affect your lead generation campaigns? All right? Well, according to RF, 54.68% of clicks from Google ay galing sa position 0 or otherwise known as featured snippets. Okay? In case you don't know yet, featured snippets are those whose search results that answer your questions after you type your search keywords. O yan yung mga sumasagot na parang bot naman, right? I think they're just bots. Anyway, I'm moving my face again inadvertently. All right, so let me remove this out of the way of my face, okay? So we're on now to recognizing the changing SEO landscape, okay? Next is optimize your website for better conversation. Of course, all right? You have to optimize your website para mabago-bago naman siya and ma-renovate mo rin, okay? Do you have any questions? Okay, if you have any, please feel free to just field your questions, okay? And I will answer as best I can, okay? So anong sunod? Optimize your website for better conversion, okay? Ano pa? Automate your customer engagement. Automate your customer engagement. Anong ibig sabihin? Ang ibig sabihin yan is, excuse me, my throat is getting dry. Hold on a second, please. Ang ibig sabihin yan ay I'm talking about automate your customer engagement. Ayun na nga, gawin yung interactive. Kunyari, pag may website kayo, meron din normally ngayon, mga website, meron na dyang chat. Pero wag niyong gawing chatbot lang. Palaman niyo rin na there's a live person on the other end. Kagaya na sinabi ko kahapon, right? Don't make the people feel that there's still a live person addressing their questions, addressing their problems. Kasi ang hirap nga nowadays, yung automated answers, nakakairita, right? Nakakairita talaga. Kasi, nakakairita because pag tumawag ka ng PLDT, panay recording. Pag tumawag ka ng cable, panay recording. Meralco, so on and so forth. Nakakaloka because ang tagal-tagal mong nag-aantay, right? Walang sumasagot. Hindi mo talaga nakakainis kasi balik-balik lang yung message, right? Balik-balik lang talaga. Okay? So, please automate and engage your customers. Ano pa? Diba? Sinabi ko, rethink your business model. Okay? It's only reasonable to mold a new business model that caters to a whole new landscape, which is ito nga, our new normal. So please, rethink niyo yung business model niyo. In fact, a lot of big name businesses ay nagawa na sila ng mga ibang promo, they tweak yung mga offer nila, in-alter nila, because it has to be adapted to the times, okay? They still serve their customers despite lockdown restrictions. Pero merong mga certain things to watch out for, right? Kasi nga, because of the ongoing threat of the pandemic, kailangan ngayon cash, di ba, kagaya ng sa Grab, cashless na yung transactions, kasi ayaw na, para ma-minimize yung physical contact or yung pag-aabot ng pagkain, right? The question is, paano nga, di ba? How are you going to rethink your business model? For small businesses, itong mga konting tips na pwede ko mabigay to help them figure out how to reinvent their strategies, okay? Okay? Remember the business value proposition. Customers keep going back to a business for a reason, di ba? Bumabalik-balik sila kasi masarap ang pagkain. Bumabalik-balik sila kasi mahusay ang serbisyo. Business owners need to keep that reason in mind while trying out new ways to deliver their services and their goods. Okay? Ang importante sa lahat, lalo na ito ang panahon na to, is to listen to your customers. Whether it's naman pandemya or not, importante yan sa customer service. Listen to the customers. Kunyari, ang isang kunyaring local coffee shop lost its patrons. Bakit? Kasi ang kanyang customers ay mga empleyado na nagtatrabaho malapit sa kanya or mga eskwelahan. Saradong eskwela, di ba? So, patay ang negosyo. So, kasi due to companies allow, kasi because nga work from home na ang mga tao, so wala ka na-lose mo yung big bulk of your customers. Still, one way it can cater to its customers, of course, pwede ka pa, it's through delivery, which is yan ang naging malaking negosyo last year. Our deliveries, food businesses, lahat went online to offer their food, to offer their products, to offer their services. Nag-migrate lahat sa internet ang negosyo. In that way, ayun, nagpalit ang business model mo ngayon. Papalitan mo lahat marketing materials mo, ad and promos mo, yung mga products mo rin, medyo nag-iba. So that's how you rethink your business, okay? Trying out new ways to deliver your service or deliver your goods, through in this pandemic times is now achievable through the different riders, Lalamove. Ang Lalamove, wala na yung Lala Food nung last year. Ang Lalamove, nag-deliver na rin ng pagkain eh. Pero kasi na-realize nila, okay na yung niche nila sa pag-deliver ng mga goods and services. Wag na lang yung pagkain. So, iwan na natin sa Grab yan, at saka sa Food Panda, kung saan-saan pa, right? Okay? Important, listen to your customers, right? One way to service them, of course, is like that, through delivery. Things that are ordered, food or commodities are delivered right to your doorstep. Ano pa? Ang kailangan mong gawin, stay efficient, right? If the new business model is inefficient kasi, both for the customer and the provider, di wag mo nang tuloy, di ba? Magsara ka na lang forever. Kung nung araw nga inefficient ka, if you're gonna rethink your business, now is a good time as any to improve your services or see where you went wrong or take the lesson from last year to make your company a better one that thrives in this pandemic. Okay? Create an online presence. Importante, right? Kasi nga lahat online na. A lot of businesses are moving online eh. Pati mga advertisers, all online. So, create an online presence, okay? Kasi if there's any industry that is totally efficient dito sa panahon ng pandemic, at saka naging really, really profitable despite the pandemic, myself included, like I said, I have more work now than before, and actually blessed with a lot of opportunities and actually a lot of more resources for me, right? Kasi nga, an industry that is naging very profitable itong pandemic is technology, right? Yun din na nakatulong sa akin. Brick and mortar businesses that didn't have a clue about an online presence are now finding themselves very, very desperate to digitize, okay? And use technology in their businesses. Yun na nga, yung mga old school, dapat tayong ma-educate or at least ma-train to be able to use technology to help us fend and thrive in this new normal. Kasi 'di ba, sino naman ang hindi mo gusto makabenta na mas marami or to reach more people? And you can do that online, right? Kailangan lang matutunan, okay? It's high time offline businesses embrace digital transformation. Talaga, oras na, panahon na para mag-digitize, right? With open arms, dapat i-welcome nyo yan, mga kumpanya na manual pa rin. Kasi this is the only way that you can upgrade yourself and also thrive in this present situation because technology is really, really, really a major key player in this pandemic. Pero nga, yung iba, hindi nila alam magsimula paano mag-digitize. Okay? Ito, I will teach you little by little kung paano. Slowly, baby steps, okay? Unang-una, kagaya sinabi ko kahapon, create a business website or an app. Because nowadays, people have apps rin of their companies. It's like a portable office that you plug into the phones of people so that they can get more information and services from you, okay? Being on social media kasi ay hindi naman enough yan to get a business, right? Or to get your goods and businesses out there. Especially since ang laki ng kompetensya. The competition is stiff because a lot of people, if not most people, are already thinking of businesses to do that they can conduct and operate online, right? So maraming kompetensya na. And the competition is even getting tougher than ever. So having an e-commerce website or app where customers can make direct transactions makes businesses more convenient for both sides, the consumer and the buyer. Kaya nga, magpagawa ka ng app. I know it's costly, but if you can afford it, magpagawa ka ng app, lagay sa mga phones, or make a website pa rin, the old school. Okay? Huwag kakalimutan ang online marketing, right? Because there's a reason some brands have become more well-known than others. Yep. Truth be told, there is a reason why. Okay? Kasi nga, nag-digitize, nag-upgrade ng sarili, right? So, maraming bagay na nagbago at ginamit na lang technology o teknolohiya para i-upgrade ang sarili nila, right? So, dapat natin yang ma-realize na importante yan, okay? Sabi nga ng Merriam-Webster Dictionary, it defines a crisis as a time when a difficult or important decision needs to be made. And that decision, of course, to move forward is what we should have made for ourselves by now, okay? Given the wide-ranging impact COVID-19 is having on the lives of millions and millions of people and the way people operate their businesses, there's no doubt that we're now in the midst of a crisis. We are in a crisis. Para sa mga kumpanya, the difficult and important decision made in response to the changes brought on by the pandemic, hindi madali. Hindi madaling gumawa ng mga changes na ito. At ang mga consequences pa rin na we will suffer from in the months to come. Okay? Sabi nga ng isang PR agency sa Amerika, yung Sinclair, actions taken by brands during difficult times will be remembered for years to come. The unprecedented crisis that we are currently experiencing is forcing businesses to adapt to a new reality. Hindi lang naman negosyo, lahat tayong tao We're being forced to adapt to this new life. So, you know, so actually, we just have to, by now, a year, moving right along a year of the COVID-19, dapat siguro, medyo sanay na tayo, right? Although napakahirap masanay sa gantong buhay. Pero it's the life we've lived this past year. And we're still living it now, okay? So we talked about creating a business website and online marketing. Ang isa pang importante is to involve your employees, mga kumpanya. Business owners aren't the only ones affected by the pandemic. Isipin nyo, ang mga empleyado nyo are most affected too, especially if they're scared that they'll lose their jobs and at the same time scared that the coronavirus will affect them or infect them. You know? Kasi nga, no, ang mga empleyado din ay namumblema dahil sa pandemya na to. Hindi lang yung mga employers. Because, yeah, syempre, but employers should be transparent and upfront sa kanilang mga sales teams or teams from the very start. Kasi it's likely to be much easier for them para tanggapin yung mga i-implement yung changes, right? So, hinay-hinay. But anyway, because late ako ng 10 minutes, ayan, wala na tayong oras to talk about how we can deal with the situation at work and in the workplace or sa mga negosyo natin. I will continue on this segment tomorrow. And of course, thank you so much for joining me today. I end this topic with these words. Involve your employees, okay? Because employees also make a great resource for excellent business ideas. Ito naman. So after all, ang mga employees niyo ang frontliners ng negosyo. And they know the hands-on operations better than anyone else. So please, yung mga business owners, learn to keep them on the loop. You know, wag niyong hayaan silang mag-speculate or magtaka. You know, engage your employees, okay? Involve them, right, in what you do and what you plan. Maraming salamat po sa pagsama niyo sa akin today. And marami pa tayong papag-usapan bukas. Magbabalik at 11 o'clock. Thank you so much for joining me today. At pasensya na po at late ako kanina. Again, happy birthday, Tita Heidi. See you later. Alam ko, mayroong konting salo-salo. Of course, we're gonna be wearing masks, right? Pag kumain, simplehan. And thank you very much. Happy birthday, Ne. Happy birthday, Tina Hinito. And happy birthday, Miss Kula Desma. So please, don't forget to keep having faith, having hope, and love in your hearts. Maraming salamat po, and thank you very much for joining me. Have a good day.
Inyong natunghayan at napakinggan ang mga makabagong pamamaraan sa mundo ng online sa pamamagitan pa rin ng Broad Stream Cast Communicators. Hanggang sa muli, maraming salamat po.